Greetings, fellow gardeners. This is Paul, and today we're going to talk about Asunta. Now, it's just under half a pound, or 224 grams. Now, you can see here, it's a beautiful variety, and this is from my friend Linda's plant. So I call this one Linda's Asunta because she got the plant from Edgar Valdivia a very long time ago, and she didn't ever remember or ask what Asunta version it was. It could very well be a seedling because Edgar Valdivia is a very generous man, and he's given away many Asunta seedlings over the years. I have around a dozen, and I'll talk more about them in the future. But that fruit came off of this lovely branch here, which I collected myself yesterday. You can see I have a nice cutting as well. So let's dive right into it. I've never had this, but my friend says it's absolutely delicious. And you can see it's really overripe. So that's a really big bummer, but I mainly want to collect the seeds here because you can see here, I've sprouted some of the seeds. So I have some that I've grafted and some are ungrafted, and it's been since 2019 I've been growing them. You can also see some of the flowers here. Here's a photo of the flowers in 2019. And you can also see the flower that was this season, just recently. So I'm still going to do a review on this and brix it just to see, but this is not what I would call a delicious fruit. It's very gelatinous, but I still should get some of the flavors. I'm just curious to see the brix score as well. I am going to grow these seeds because the flower is definitely a beautiful flower and unique. Zero it out first. There we go. Man, I was really hoping this wasn't going to be overripe. But it was just starting to split, and you can see the color when it's ripe is pretty green, I think. More green. So 17.8, which isn't very impressive, but I know that it will be higher in time. Now you do want to extract the seeds in the center because those will tend to be, it's believed that they have the best DNA. So let's try some of this. I'll tell you what I think. Wow. Really intense of coconut flavors. It's amazing. Definitely don't like the texture, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's definitely overripe. But wow, this is an explosion of flavors. It's very, very complex. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Despite the texture and age. Okay, so I'm mainly going to collect seeds. So let me show you how I do that now. So let me go get some tools, and I'll show you the easiest way to get your seeds cleaned and ready to grow. So you can see the color of the flesh is definitely unique, similar to maybe A1 or A2, Asunta 1, Asunta 2. And what I like to do is just get the seeds from the center and focus on that DNA. I really wish this wasn't overripe. Now, it's a delicious fruit. I'm still going to eat some more of it, despite the texture. It's just coconut, really complex flavors. Way more intense than any Bruni or Connie Maya that I've had. This is really good. So anyways, my method is basically what you want to do is get the seeds from the center of the fruit and just stir it up. And they say the best seeds are the ones that sink to the bottom, but in my experience, most of them will sprout. And so first, make sure you can just let them sit for a bit and get them all separated from that pulp. So I'll let them sit in the water for a bit and stir it up. And then in a little bit, I'm going to show you that it's kind of like panning for gold once they start to separate from the pulp. So I'll just leave them here for an hour or so, come back and stir it every little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, let's give this some time. Okay, so here's what I call the panning for gold method. Is as the pulp separates from the seeds, you want to dump that pulp out. So it's just like panning for gold. Save the seeds, especially the ones that sink. So I let a few of the top ones come off, but I do try to save those sprout. They do recommend the seeds that sink are being the best. That's what I found online. Not sure if that's true. So again, just carefully separate that pulp from the seeds. And you may have to pan several times until it's just clear water in the seeds. Now, I'll add some more water and repeat this process 2 to 3 times until I have the seeds all separated from the pulp and just in the pure water. So I'm going to repeat this process several more times, and I'll show you what it looks like and what to do next once you have your seeds separated from the pulp. Okay, so you can see that they are quite clean. And now I'm just going to remove most of this water. And again, most of these seeds sink. So they should be viable. Now the last step is what I like to do. Is in the past I've used wax paper. And all I do is just place them there. Now this time I'm going to try to use some parchment paper as well to see the difference. And then you just let them dry out. I mean, you could honestly even just use a spatula. Just be really gentle, you don't want to break the seeds. So I'll get the rest of these out later, but the final step is that all you need to do is just spread them out and let them dry. And again, I usually use wax paper, but this time I'm going to try parchment paper and see if there's a difference. And the key is you don't want them all clumped together because they will kind of stick to the wax, and a little bit of the wax may be removed, but that's okay. So just spread them out. And go ahead and do that now. I'll show you what the end results look like. Okay, so there you have it. That's basically what I do. And I let them dry. You can also use a paper towel if you want. And then as soon as they're dry, 24 to 48 hours, I feel quite comfortable just planting them into my growing media. You can see I'm sprouting these seeds. They're about 3 to 4 weeks old. Now, I recommend doing it, depending on your climate, in the spring, but you can do them any time of year. You could do them in the winter in some climates, but you may need to use a grow light, and then you can graft them or grow them from seed. So there you go. Give us a like and a subscribe. Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day. And that's how I collect my seeds from rare dragon fruit varieties that I'm interested in growing out. Now the purpose behind these, by the way, are that hopefully we will have a new color flower. That's the end result here. That's the goal. So delicious fruit with a unique colored flower. All right, thanks for watching.